Believe it or not, you make and define your own success. When it comes to achieving success, the most challenging thing for people to wrap their heads around tends to be the idea that small wins add up to big victories. It's a whole lot easier to imagine the end goal, the big celebration, than to think about each tiny step along the way it will take to get there. But once you've walked that path, once you've seen and experienced firsthand how it's the small things you do, day after day after day, that lead to the end result, your thinking is forever changed. Today, let's talk about the habits you must avoid to succeed in life. And this is Capital Finance, your go-to channel for business ideas, entrepreneurship, investment, and personal finance. First, being scared of failing. It's very acceptable to be terrified of failure. Basically, it's just a part of human nature. You don't want to be perceived as a failure. Your relatives and friends will remind you that they warned you to do otherwise, but you ignore them. That is why you failed. Failure makes you feel like a loser in the eyes of other people, but failure is a normal part of life for people. If you think about it, you didn't know how to walk when you were a baby, but you attempted anyway. Even if I didn't know you, I could state with certainty that you failed on your first or second attempts. The process of learning to walk may have taken you a few months. Some babies are able to walk by the time they are 1 year old. In some instances, it takes more time for others. Imagine what it would be like if you were terrified to walk. You probably won't be where you are right now. How about conversing? Depending on the child, it might take as short as 12 months or as long as 2 years for them to learn to communicate. Newborns don't begin to talk until they're 3 years old. Like Einstein. Yes, he took longer than ever to learn to speak despite his incredibly high IQ. Is it possible for you to recall all your failures? Not at all. And that's the trouble with everything. It's all relative. It's indeed painful to fail, but ultimately, you'll succeed and forget all of your mistakes. Don't worry about your goals, whether you're looking for a high-paying job or raising money for your business. As far as I'm concerned, success has nothing to do with money. You're successful if you're content, but money is a metric by which to judge your success. Second, aiming for perfection. This is one practice that prevents many gifted and intelligent individuals from achieving their full potential. You don't like being told how you should do something. The fear of what others might think causes you to meticulously check every aspect of your work before putting it into action. It's fantastic to strive for perfection, but being flawless from the start is really tough. When you fail, you learn from your mistakes and attempt again. I'm sure you've had a few brilliant ideas, but you never put them into action because you waited for the right opportunity to try them. You may have started but put it off since it took you so long to perfect it that you decided to delay for a little longer. If every singer-composer knew how terrible their music was in the beginning, they would never have begun writing them. Every single thing they did, from writing the lyrics to recording them, was terrible. But they didn't care. They improved on their work, one song at a time. After making 3 to 4 unreleased songs, they are finally ready to make new ones for people to listen to them. The inability to delegate because other people will never care as much about your thing as you do is another reason why perfection is your enemy. You will want to handle everything yourself because you want to be in complete control, which will only make you more inefficient. Having a lesser standard in the beginning will allow you to go faster, so long as you don't compromise your quality. You will never get started if you don't do this. Third, having low self-confidence. It's common for people to have poor confidence. A person's self-confidence is based on how much they value themselves. Most people believe that all they deserve is a normal lifestyle. There is nothing wrong with that. But how can you achieve great things if you don't think you deserve them? All of this begins with how you perceive yourself. The past doesn't matter. Even if you failed in school or college or had a difficult life, you can succeed now. You have to put your faith in yourself. You must have confidence in your own abilities to merit such a reward. In fact, most individuals who have reached greatness are very much like you too. Only a handful of them has been born with exceptional abilities. Everyone can make a few $1,000,000, especially in this day and age of the internet, even if they don't make it into the billionaire list. Anyone, anywhere in the globe can take advantage of those opportunities. There is no reason why you can't make it if you work hard. Fourth, complaining constantly. There are two kinds of people: reactive people who complain about everything and proactive people who notice the problem but work to fix it. What are the behaviors of reactive individuals? That the government is crooked. Every president elected by companies is tainted. Wall Street rips people off, and the world's secret government organization operates everything behind closed doors is what they complain about. Having a mindset of being a victim will not get you anywhere. An individual who believes they are a victim of circumstance believes everything that occurs to them is the fault of others. Maybe their partner, family, co-worker, or acquaintance is to blame. Or perhaps it's their own fault. They refuse to accept any responsibility, claiming that the conditions are out of their hands. On the other hand, a proactive individual would reply, "Okay, the system is broken. The politicians aren't doing anything to help me, but what can I do to reach my financial goals? I can learn more about finances by reading a few books. I could use part of that time to brush up on the stock market basics instead of playing video games. I may be able to start my own business if I save up some money. There are many things I am capable of. If there are difficulties around me, I'd instead focus on the things I can control and disregard those out of my control." Fifth, looking at others' successes and not focusing on yours. When it comes to gaining financial freedom, this is one of the most common mistakes individuals make. People constantly compare themselves to others and want to seem like them to fit in and be accepted by society. You're jealous because your friend just bought a new property, and you feel like a failure if you don't have one of your own. It's possible you can afford it, but given your current financial situation, it's not the wisest choice. Possibly, you would have been better off putting that money to work for you instead of saving it. Now, here's the thing. You are an individual who is distinct from everyone else. What you do and how you do it is unique. You are not like everyone else. There is no one-size-fits-all road to financial independence. Doing the same thing as everyone else is a recipe for failure. To make matters worse, when you set yourself against others, you begin to harbor resentment and even jealousy. In the long term, you will make unreasonable and destructive decisions because of that attitude. To be the best version of yourself, all that matters is that you continue to work on yourself. Stop blaming others for your shortcomings and start doing without being flawless. There is no doubt in my mind that you will meet your financial goals in the near future. So, give this video a thumbs up and let me know your thoughts on this topic in the comments below. Also, be sure to subscribe to this channel for more videos like this.